Hello, good morning, or good evening, whenever you are watching this. I hope you are doing well. My name is Catherine, and today I am so excited to help announce Enneagramathon. Catherine, you're hosting another readathon. I sure am. It's happening. We're doing it. What is Enneagramathon? Let's talk about it. Enneagramathon is a 2-week readathon that is all about the Enneagram. It is taking place from August 1st through August 14th. So what is the Enneagram? The Enneagram is a classification of personality types. There are 9 different classifications that are in like a very specific order, and each person falls into a certain type. There's like a whole chart, which I will put a little graphic here, that shows like where your number is and how it relates to the different numbers on the charts. It's kind of complex. It definitely takes a little bit to like figure out what everything means, but there are lots of different like articles. There's like a whole book written by the guy who like created this. It is similar to like Myers-Briggs personality types, but a little bit different. That brings us to our readathon. So our readathon is based on these 9 Enneagram types, and it is a team-based readathon. I'm teamed up with 17 different creators for this readathon, 2 creators per team and per personality type. Basically, each number is a different team, and so on and so forth. Okay, so how is this working? So, like I said, there are 9 different teams for each of the Enneagram types. I am one of the co-hosts for Type 8, along with Kirsten from Kirsten's Corner. The hosts for Team 1 are Jess from Books Best at Bedtime and Sarah from Sarah's Shelves. Our hosts for Type 2 are Rye from Rye's Reading Corner and Chelsea from Chelsea Jow. 3 is Laura from Laura's Library Card and Zahar from Basically Bookish Reads. 4 is Nat from Nerdy Nat Reads and Manda from Ginger Snap Reads. 5 is Nicole from Bon Bon Reads and Meredith from Meredith Elizabeth. 6 is Sav from Riveting Reads and Darian from Darian Reads. 7 is Haley from Haley Hughes and Eric from Break Even Books. Like I said, 8 is me, Catherine Zofrey, and Kirsten from Kirsten's Corner. 9 is Issa from Ray or Sunshine and Brennan from Brennan Dunaway. Whew, okay, that is everyone. Awesome. Glad I was able to get through them all. So how is this going to work? Well, you are going to be joining one of our 9 teams based on your Enneagram type. So I have linked down below an Enneagram test and some different links where you can read a little bit more about the Enneagrams. Each team has come up with 3 different prompts based on their Enneagram type, as well as a buddy read book. For every prompt that you read from your team, you will receive 1 point. There is no doubling up on prompts since it is only 3 books plus the buddy read. However, if you do finish all 3 books, all 3 prompts, then you can move on and do other prompts from other teams and get 2 points for each of those. On top of that, for the buddy reads, you don't actually have to read the buddy read for your team. You can read a buddy read from any of the teams, and you can read as many of those as you would like. You can join our Discord, which is again linked down below, where you're able to join your team and you can chat with us and chat with other people who are participating in the readathon about the different books that you're reading over the course of these 2 weeks. When you complete a book, you can use the Google form, again linked down below. Everything's going to be linked down below, but you can use that Google form to submit in order to earn points for your team. Okay, so we've gone over all the rules. Let's go over Type 8. So, Type 8s. What are we? Well, Type 8s are known as the challenger. We tend to be pretty self-confident. We tend to be pretty assertive and strong. We're very protective, very resourceful. We like to tell it as it is. We don't beat around the bush. We tell you what we think. At our worst, we tend to be a little bit hot-headed. We have a bit of a temper, and we also have some problems being vulnerable. At our best, we tend to be leaders. We like to help others, and you'll often see Type 8s at the front of like social justice movements. So let's go over the prompts that Kirsten and I have come up with. I am also going to be talking about my TBR as well as some recommendations. So because type 8s tend to be pretty independent, we chose our first prompt to be read a coming of age story. For this prompt, I'm going to be reading Blackout, which is an anthology of short stories from Danielle Clayton, Tiffany D. Jackson, Nick Stone, Angie Thomas, Ashley Woodfolk, and Nicola Yoon. So like basically some of my favorite authors are in this book. Other books that fall under this coming of age category would be Love and Gelato by Jenna Evans Welch. This is about a girl who goes to Italy and learns a lot about her family history. Perfect on Paper by Sophie Gonzalez. This is about a bisexual girl who is in love with her best friend, and she also writes anonymous help for people in her school. She gives love advice, and that has led her into a pretty tricky situation. Also, I'll Be the One by Lila Lee. This is about a girl who enters a competition to become a K-pop idol. Prompt number 2, because we tend to be pretty active, us type 8s, we chose an action-packed book. For this, I'll be reading Paper Girls. It is about girls who are newspaper deliverers, what's the word? They deliver newspapers, and they find something kind of supernatural on their paper route. I don't know, it sounds like a good time. Other action-packed books would include Lore by Alexandra Bracken. This is about a girl named Lore who is the descendant of some of the Greek heroes, and she has to help out the goddess Athena so that she doesn't get killed. It's complicated. Anyway, it's a incredible book. I loved it. I would also recommend Lovely War by Julie Berry. Can you tell I am in the Greek mythology mood? This is a dual timeline book that follows 2 different stories, the first being the story of the gods, Aphrodite and Ares, who are caught by Aphrodite's husband, Hephaestus. She has to tell a epic love story in order to kind of defend herself for having an affair, except it's more complicated than that, which leads us to our second love story, which takes place during World War I. Last for this category, I would include The Bone Houses by Emily Lloyd Jones. This book is about a girl who takes care of her family's graveyard in a town where the dead don't always stay dead. For our final prompt, because 8s tend to be leaders in social justice movements and things like that, our final prompt is to read a book about a revolution. Now, this can be a big revolution or a personal revolution. For this, I'll be reading Juliet Takes a Breath. This is about a girl who has recently come out to her family and it doesn't go quite as planned. She ends up taking an internship with a very popular feminist writer and goes on a cross-country journey of self-discovery. So this one is more of a personal revolution. Another book with a more personal revolution would be The Revolution of Bertie Randolph by Brandy Colbert. This is just a fantastic book. It is also kind of a coming of age story as well, so you could use that in that prompt, but again, we can't double up on prompts. Definitely a book of self-discovery. I would also recommend A Lady's Guide to Mischief and Mayhem by Amanda Collins, which is about a woman during Victorian era, and she runs a newspaper. She specifically writes a newspaper column that is there to help women kind of learn about the world that they are often shielded from. Finally, I would recommend Grace and Fury by Tracy Banghart. This is a fantastic fantasy book about 2 sisters who end up in very different situations. Okay, so those are all of our prompts. Finally, I'm going to talk about our buddy read. So our buddy read for type 8 is Love is a Revolution by Renee Watson. This book kind of falls under all the categories. It's about girl finding self-confidence. It has a personal revolution in it. Our main character, Nyla Robinson, she reluctantly goes to an open mic night and ends up falling for the MC. Okay, so I think I went over everything. I don't think I missed anything. Brief overview. This is a 2-week readathon. It takes place from August 1st to August 14th. There are 9 different teams. which doesn't matter because you should join Team 8. Although if you're not a type 8, I guess you don't want to join Team 8, or like you could just join Team 8, whatever. There are 3 prompts for each team. Each prompt earns you 1 point. You have to complete all 3 of those prompts in order to work on prompts from other teams where you can earn 2 points. You can read a buddy read from any team, and you can read as many buddy reads as you want. You cannot double up on prompts. There we go. Links to our Discord, the Google form to submit for points, information about the Enneagram types, all the other creators that I am working with on this is all linked down below. Okay, I think that covers everything. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to watch all of my other co-host videos down below. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, be sure to hit subscribe. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and until next time, bye!